All right, so we're going to start coding more complex games, and one of the ones that I was going to code up with you guys is this kind of like finger game, right? So it starts with two people, they each have one finger up, and the hand I'm going to call in the video the strike hand. I'm going to choose one of their hands, and whatever I have, they're going to add to their hand, right? And so now it's his turn, and he's going to select his hand, and now I add that count. So now I have this two hand right here, and I'm going to do something dumb, and I'm going to touch this hand of his. So now he'll have a total of 4. The object of the game is to have all of their fingers showing, right? So he can use that forehand to kill my two hand because now that's 6 fingers and that hand's gone. And now it's my turn, so I'll add that to there, and that hand's gone. He goes here to 2, 2 to 3, right? And then 3 and then 5. So I would be gone and he would win. So the object of the game is to be the last one with your hands remaining. All right, so I did a little bit of coding, and this part you guys won't be responsible for knowing how to do this stuff in this class. As you get further on, we'll talk more about this. But basically what happens is I say I'm going to have 4 hands and they're all going to start with one finger up. And how am I going to show that they have one finger up? I'm going to print it off. So I print hand and then index, right? So that tells you hand 1, hand 2, hand 3, hand 4. So this is going to print off hand 1 and then a colon, and then it's going to end like this. And I'm going to print a star for whatever number it is. So if I just do this right now, if I just do display hands like this, you can see what this function does. It's just going to print off 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's the hand, the index, the dot, and then it just tells me however, like if I change this to like a 5 or something, right? Watch how that changes it. You see how now it has 5? Okay. So that's going to be kind of the game where we're messing with this. So let's go through and just code out like what we want to have happen. So the first thing is it's a complex game, so we want to let the user know the rules. Okay. And then what I'm going to need to do is, let's say I'm just going to use 2 for these. Next thing, okay, so now that I know the rules, I'm going to start the loop, right? And the things that I want to have happen over and over and over again, right? I want to start off with printing out the board so the user can see. And then we have to say, like, what hand do... I'm going to have to get the whatever hand that they want to target, right? And then what? Okay. So now we know, say like, oh, I want to hit hand 0 and I want to hit hand 0 with my third hand or whatever, you know? And then I want to actually perform the attack, right? Perform the attack. I'll probably want to, after the attack, check if there is a winner, right? And after I perform the attack, I also want to check if that hand is dead, right? So if the move killed off a hand, that'd be something I'd probably want to know, right? And then I'm going to have to, if there's a winner, I need to break the loop, right? And then I'll probably, so now I'm outside of my loop, I'll probably want to do something like some sort of print message to Victor. Okay. I don't think I've left off anything, but like I said in other videos, man, this kind of way of staging out the attack is a really just a great way to make sure that if you're stuck in some spot, it doesn't seem like, oh, this entire thing is just impossible. Really, you just need help on one specific part of it. So I'm going to pause real quick, and I'm going to do let the users know the rules, and I'll type that out because you guys don't want me to type that to watch me do that. Okay. So I just printed it off right off the bat. Okay, player 1 controls hands 0 and 1. Player 2 controls hands 2 and 3. Select one of your hands to add its finger count to the other player's hand you choose. If their hand, that's not useful there. If their hand has 5 or more fingers up, it's gone, okay? Last person to have both their hands up wins, just like you saw in the video, beginning of the video. Okay. So I want to start a loop. A lot of times with these loops, what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a fake variable called, well, it's not fake. I just created it. It's real now. Winner equals 0. So the way that I want to break the loop is I'm going to set winner equal to 1. And so when winner equals 1, then I will be done. Okay? So while true, that's a great way to start a loop. I'm going to set if winner equals 0. Now, I used one equal sign here because I'm setting winner equal to 0. This is, like if I did this, that would be setting it equal to 0 again all the time, right? It's actually not even going to let me do that. What this is doing is it's a check, right? So like the double equal sign is a check. Like, are these two things equivalent rather than setting it equal to it? It's a teeny distinction, but it's pretty important, right? So what I want to do first in this loop is, okay, if I don't have a winner, what do I want to have happen? I want to print the board. So I want to use this function, display hand. So I'm going to say tab in, so I'm inside this loop. And I'm just going to take all this and tab it so it's inside the loop. I want to display hands. Okay. So now I've displayed hands. Now I need to figure out what hand I want to strike. Okay, so I guess I'll just, what hand do we want to strike? So the strike hand, the hand that is about to be struck, right? Well, that's going to be the integer input of what hand. Okay. So I said, what hand would you like to strike? Fantastic. Now I want to figure out what hand, and I used it as an integer, right? Because if I have, let's see if I can just run this real quick. Line 39. Oh, I see. See how I forgot an extra parentheses. That move is like my kryptonite, man. I make that mistake all the time. Okay, so it's going to say, oh, fantastic. I've got hands 0, 1, 2, 3. And remember why? It would make sense. I bet you some of you guys are wondering, like, oh, player 1 controls hands 0 and 1. That's kind of silly. Why do you do that? Well, that's the way that computers count. They start at 0. And so what I'm going to want to do is I want to select this one part, right? So I'm going to want the strike hand. I'm going to want that as a number. Now, which hand will I want to perform the strike? Okay, well, that's going to be like your hand, or I guess my hand. And that very similarly is going to be the integer input of this. What? Awesome. So I'm going to choose the hand I want to strike. I'm going to actually strike it. Now I need to perform the actual attack. Right? Now this is where it can get a little bit complex, right? So if I want to perform the attack, basically inside this list, hand list, right? I have the 0, 1, 2, and 3 spot, right? So what I want to do is I want to say, you know what, for hand list, at the spot of, right? So if I put this, that's going to attack strike 1, the hand 1, hand 0, hand 2, etc. But I want it to be more general. So I'm going to say the strike hand, right? So I say I want to hit hand 2, that'll set this to 2, and then this will become, oh, hand list 2, which is not this one, right? It's this one. So I'm going to be changing this number. I'm going to set it equal to, well, itself. I'm going to set it equal to itself, and then I'm going to add to it whatever was the hand that I chose to strike with, right? So if it starts off at 2, and I add in my hand that has, like, let's say that it also has 2, right? So if their finger shows 2, my finger shows 2, then that's going to set their new one up to be 4, right? Now I want to check if that hand is dead, if it's a goner, right? So think about how I do that, right? I'm going to create like a little if statement here. So if the hand that I'm striking is greater than or equal to 5, yeah, what do I want to have happen? I want to print a message, huh? And the message I want to print is hand okay. So how will I know which hand is a goner? This is bad, why do you use parentheses there? Well, it's going to be the input of dot format strike hand. Yeah. So the hand that just got struck, if it's over that, it'll say hand 3 is a goner, right? I'm also going to want to remove it from the list. So if that's true, then I want to have my hand list strike hand. I'm gonna now set that equal to 0, so it'll be gone. I wonder if I have enough code to kind of like show you how some of this stuff is working, right? So it's going to ask me, what hand would you like to strike? Let's say I want to strike 0, and I'm going to use the second hand. So basically I took hand 2's amount and added it to hand 1, right? Now I'm going to do the opposite attack. Hand 2 is going to strike hand 0. Nice. Okay, well those two are having a little attack. Sure, I'm going to add, so I'm going to add my account of 2 to 0, and this one should kill it. Boom, it prints off hand 0 is a goner, and you'll notice that there are no more dots there, right? But the game still continues. So I could kill off everything, but I would never have, I would never be able to figure out a winner. Right? I'm running out of time on this video, so I will conclude this on the next tape.